Today we're going to check out my studio for 2024. All right, so I guess we'll start at the desk here. In the desk itself, I have two Clark Technic EQ PKTs. They are Pultec style EQs. They're actually really good, believe it or not. They sound really cool. I've been using them a lot on reamps and stuff like that. Up above this one, I have a Warm Audio bus comp. Also really cool. Sounds really good on drum compression and on the master bus. And then above the bus comp, I have an 18i20, just your standard run-of-the-mill budget interface. And then on the other side, I have another EQ PKT. Above that, there's a Warm Audio TB12 Tone Beast, which sounds amazing. And then a Black Lion Audio PGX. It's a power conditioner, nothing fancy there. As for my monitors, they're the Yamaha HS50Ms. Again, standard run-of-the-mill budget monitors, but they work. Down on the desk, I have a Magic trackpad on the left side, keyboard, and then I also have a mouse. I'm running Slate Audio VSX headphones. If you haven't checked that out yet, I definitely would check out VSX, especially for somebody like me where I have no panels on the walls or anything. This is a godsend. I have a softbox here on the left side if I'm doing any videos where I'm sitting at my desk. This is my little station here where I make pedal demos. I use this little light and position it directly overhead here. This is I believe it's a 2022 Max Studio M1 32 gig, really awesome machine. And then down here, I have a Little Labs Red Eye. That's my reamp box and also my DI box if I choose to do so. I usually use the TB12 Tone Beast a lot for running DI guitars and stuff. Back here, I have a 12 terabyte hard drive or something like that. I forget exactly what it is, but it's like I offload onto that. This is the FMR Audio, really nice compressor, really cool little unit. I use the little recorder over here for if I'm going to be doing screen recording, I will run my audio into that. So now the sidecar rack, I have a StarTech power conditioner. It's like a 16 outlet PDU, bunch of plugs on the front, and then there's even more on the back. Underneath that is a Behringer Ultra Patch Pro. That is my patch bay. You can see everything is labeled on it. Currently I was doing a master bus here, so that's how it's routed. Underneath are some EQP 81 Mark IIIs, so that's a stereo pair. I use those a lot on when I'm reamping. I can use them for mastering, but I don't really like to do that. Down below those, I have two Clark Technic 1176s, so a stereo pair of them as well. They're really cool. They have the 1176 flavor. They're just more on the tame side, I guess you could say. They don't have a lot of distortion like an original 1176 would have. But then down here, I have two Clark Technic 2A style compressors. Also really cool pieces of gear, and they sound really good. I can run these on a master bus. What I've been doing lately, believe it or not, so basically everything is routed to my rack, whether it's my reamping box, amps, literally everything. So I can come out of the output of my interface, I could put it into the 1176, and then from there I go to my reamp box, and out of the reamp box and into one of my amplifiers, and it actually has made my reamps like absolutely killer. After it comes out of the amplifier, comes back out of the patch bay and goes into a 2A compressor down here, and then probably into one of the EQ PKTs because they also sound really good, and then it gets recorded back into the DAW. So down bottom here, I have a SansAmp RBI. I absolutely love this thing for bass tones. It just sounds so good no matter what you do. And then under that is just a Crown XLS 1000. It's actually not even connected, not even mounted. I just have it in there taking up space because I don't have anywhere else to put it. But I use that for making cabinet impulses and stuff. And then down bottom of the amps, I have a PV6505 Plus. Think it might be modded. I picked it up at a local music store, and I've played 6505s, and this one sounds like way different. It's more brutal and heavy. I think if anything, the bias is probably adjusted hot. Up above the 6505, I have an EVH 5153. This has been my amp of choice for the past couple songs I've done. It just works. It's got a killer clean channel, brutal lead channel. It just sounds good all around. And then I have my Marshall DSL-20. This thing is really awesome for pretty much anything you could throw at it. On the ultra gain channel though, it is a little more scooped than I like. I don't like scooped at all, to be honest, but this one's overly scooped. Even if I throw mids at it, it just sounds really, really weak in the mid range, which I guess some people want that, but I use this a lot if I'm doing rock and roll or a punk record, something like that. This will sound really good on that. And then I have a PRS MT15. I'm actually trying to get rid of this amp, believe it or not. It's not that I don't like it, I just don't use it. It's just sounds too similar to everything else here that I just don't get use out of it. Up on top of the PRS, I have two different DI boxes. Now I don't use these, they're just kind of here just because I don't really know where else to put them. I have two little Joyo amps. This one is the Joyo Zombie, and behind it is the Joyo Jackman. Not a big fan. I have a bunch of pedals over here. This is a dark glass B7K. I have a turbo distortion. There's a metal zone behind it. There's some really, really awesome Klon clones there. I have a precision drive in the back. Down here, I have a swollen pickle, a plumes, a couple of Joyo pedals, a really, really good blues driver clone. I think it might even sound better than the original, to be honest. And then down here, it's not really any pedals I use except for my tube screamer. And there's also a Sansamp bass driver in the back there too. The rest of these are just kind of some junky ass pedals I got just because I wanted them. And then here is my Gibson Les Paul Supreme. This guitar is absolutely amazing. As you can imagine, this guitar like absolutely fucks. Over there is an amp I don't use ever. It's a 5150 Iconic combo and it sounds like dog trash, so I don't use it. So these are my guitars. This one here is a Fender acoustic. I kind of don't really like it. It's very weak sounding. This is an SG I built. It has Seymour Duncan Nazgul Sentient combo pickups in it. Custom paint job by yours truly. This thing is set up beautifully by yours truly, and it sounds absolutely killer. Let's see if we can get a shot at the action on this pig. Look at that. This thing plays great, sounds great. The SG is in standard tuning. So this here is my custom built Telecaster. I also built this. As you can see, there's nothing here. It's made with Guitar Fetish parts. This is my Drop B guitar. It has flame maple cap on it, a Seymour Duncan hot rails in the bridge, one volume control, and that's it. This is my custom built Strat. I also built this from Guitar Fetish parts. Another flame maple cap. This one has GFS red active pickups from Guitar Fetish as well. A volume and a tone. This is also set up in standard. This used to be a baritone, but I put the old neck back on it because this guitar plays much better with just a regular 25/5 scale neck. And then I have a Squier Strat here. This has a Fender baritone neck on it, so it's a 27-inch scale Strat. It's in drop A sharp. This has, again, just one humbucker in the bridge with one volume. This is a Duncan Custom 5, I think. That actually came out of a LTD H401 FM that I had, and I put a Nazgul in it. This guitar sounds really cool now. Not that it didn't before, but just having this neck on it made it sound really cool. And now it says Fender, even though it isn't. So this is a monstrosity of mine. This is a Schecter Tempest. This is a drop C guitar. It's a 24 3/4 scale, so it's a Gibson scale. It has these absolutely massive jumbo frets on it. Thing plays like butter though. It has EMG 8185. I stripped all the paint off. I actually got this guitar from one of my first jobs from a guy I worked with. It was white. I used this guitar to play out a couple times. You can see that there's some strap blocks still on there. This guitar sounds really cool. I think when I played though, it had some Epiphone SG pickups in it, like kind of like they looked gold. They were the gold ones like that, I believe. I don't know where the hell they went. And then we have this one over here, which is another Guitar Fetish guitar that I built for my dad. That one still needs a little bit of work. I think I got to do some fret work to it and stuff. But so, yep, that is my studio for 2024. I have all this amazing gear here, and I can't wait to make a record. So if you want to have a record done with me, there's a link down in the description below. Take you right to my website. You can hear all my work, and there's also a contact form. My email is also going to be in the description. Whether it's mixing, mastering, reamping, whatever you need, I can do it. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'll see you next time.